Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Thursday, October 3, 2019. In an effort to keep Union County residents from catching a deadly disease, Union County officials have planned for 6 towns to be sprayed for mosquitoes. Callie has that report.
6 towns in Union County, Mountainside, New Providence, Berkeley Heights, Summit, Scotch Plains, and Springfield were scheduled to be sprayed by helicopter on October 2nd, but was postponed due to the weather. There is no date given for the rescheduling of the spraying yet. The 6 towns are going to be sprayed with Zenivex Estofenprox and an adulticide spray that is safe for humans and animals. This was planned after a potential outbreak of Eastern equine encephalitis, a serious mosquito-transmitted disease. EEE kills around 1/3 of patients who contract it and leaves survivors with significant brain damage. Several people have contracted it, and at least 8 horses have died from it. Officials had warned earlier in the day that when the spraying takes place, people and pets should remain indoors. Union County Bureau of Mosquito Control found that a mosquito pool in the Emerson Lane area near the Warren border tested positive for EEE. There is a vaccine that exists for horses, but not for people. The best way to prevent contracting EEE is to prevent mosquito bites through limiting time outside between dusk and dawn, wearing long-sleeved or light-colored clothing, and using mosquito repellent.
As we get closer to the opening of the American Dream Mall, the news just gets sweeter and sweeter, and patriotism abounds. Carolina has that story.
Inside a Brooklyn shop, a crew of people are putting the finishing touches on a 3-story tall replica of the Statue of Liberty that will be installed inside a candy store at American Dream, the shopping and entertainment complex, due to open this month in the Meadowlands. It's a painstaking, detailed process that involves a ginormous amount of jelly beans being applied by hand. According to Paul Bundonis, EVP Business Development and Real Estate at It's Sugar, the Statue of Liberty replica will greet shoppers at the It's Sugar and American Dream, rescheduled to open October 25th. The store will be a candy department store that spans 3 levels. This will be the 5th New Jersey location for the brand, which has more than 100 throughout the world. The Statue of Liberty replica is by far the largest structure the company ever commissioned to be made out of candy, he said. Bundonis wouldn't say just how many jelly beans it will take to cover the statue. That might spoil a future opportunity for the candy seller.
Now it's time for announcements. Ecology Club will meet this Friday after school in room 110. We will be painting birdhouses and making educational posters to hang around the school. Come have a snack and join for some creative fun. There will be a boys basketball interest meeting this Friday, October 4th at 3 p.m. in the cafeteria. Anyone who wants to try out for the team this season should attend. Gay Straight Alliance will have their first evening meeting of the year on Tuesday, October 8th. It will be in room 18 starting at 6 p.m. In addition to regular discussions, it will be a game night. All students are welcome to attend, and confidentiality is always a must. French Club. Next meeting will be Thursday, October 10th in room 3 at 2:45. All are welcome. Remaining meetings for 2019 are as follows: Thursday, October 17th, Wednesday, November 13th, Wednesday, November 20th, Thursday, December 12th, and Thursday, December 19th. The Borough of Roselle Park is hosting its 5th annual Festival of India on Saturday, October 5th, 2019, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., with an annual celebration and cultural fair. Free event begins with a taste of traditional Indian food from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. in the cafeteria. At 7 p.m., the festival continues with presentations and later followed by Garba and Raz, traditional Indian dance in the gymnasium, and live music by Desi Beats Entertainment. Health Careers Day is Tuesday, October 15th. Throughout the day, you'll have the chance to meet a whole variety of professionals who work in healthcare, including a physical therapist who works with professional athletes, a veterinarian who works with large and small animals, a nurse who works in forensics, a detective and health educator involved in the opioid crisis, chiropractors, dietitians, a pharmacist, speech and hearing therapists, pediatric dentist, and the emergency response team, among others. Health workers are in great demand and pay well. Give some thought to one of those careers. School Supply Drive. Interact is sponsoring a school supply drive until the end of October. If you have any items you would like to donate, please bring them to room 1. Anything is greatly appreciated. October College Prep workshops will be held on Thursdays during the month of October and will focus on the following key topics. Today, October 3rd, they will discuss the Common App, Early Decision, and Early Action. All workshops will be held during Period 1 and Period 8 in the library. The girls' tennis team picked up another victory yesterday as they defeated Spotswood by a score of 3-2. Mariana Rivera and Brilene Persons took first and second singles, respectively, and Rachel Leone and Harshdeep Randhawa took first doubles. There will be a park wrestling interest meeting on today, October 3rd, at 2:50 p.m. in room 19. Join us this Friday at 7 p.m. as this will be our first home varsity football game in 2 years. RPHS students will have a special seating in our Panther Den. Wear white as it'll be a whiteout night. It may be cool and damp this morning, but as you know, it was very warm yesterday. As a matter of fact, throughout the state, many temperature records were broken. Let's go back to Cali for that report.
Who needs a Florida vacation to soak up the sun and get a taste of summer beach weather in early October? We've got it right here in New Jersey. Temperatures have soared into the low 90s along parts of the Jersey Shore and hit 97 degrees in Burlington County Wednesday afternoon, turning this autumn day into the hottest October day ever recorded in most regions of New Jersey. Atlantic City shattered its record high for October 2nd when it reached 96 degrees today, 11 degrees higher than its previous record for the state, according to preliminary temperature data from the National Weather Service. This was only the third 90-degree day ever recorded during the entire month of October at Atlantic City, and by far the hottest one. Trenton also set a new daily record for October 2nd when it reached 89 degrees shortly before noon Wednesday, then jumped to 93 degrees by 2 p.m. The city's previous record was 88 degrees, set in 1922 and again in 1927. Trenton's hottest day ever was in October was 94 degrees, recorded on October 5th, 1941. Newark joined the record-breaking club when its temperature rose to 89 degrees before noon, topping its old October 2nd high of 86 degrees. The temperature rose to 96 degrees, breaking its record for the hottest temperature ever recorded in October.
Stay tuned, we will be right back. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and stay tuned for CNN 10.
Hi, I'm Carl Azus. We're happy to have you watching CNN 10. Today's show starts with a debate. Should America's college athletes get paid? This has been a controversy for a while. What's new this time around is that the state of California has just passed a law called the Fair Pay to Play Act. It would allow college athletes to sign endorsement deals and earn money from their names or images. The law doesn't take effect until 2023, which allows time for legal challenges to play out. And it goes directly against rules set by the National Collegiate Athletic Association. The NCAA oversees student athletes from across the country. It also organizes athletic programs for American and Canadian colleges. And the NCAA brings in roughly $1 billion per year in revenue. But it's a not-for-profit organization. It says it gives 96% of the money it takes in back to schools. Still, the schools themselves profit from sports, and the NCAA doesn't allow college players to sell autographs or make money off their YouTube channels. California's new law would change that. The state says that scholarships or free college attendance, which many top athletes receive, doesn't count as pay. But the NCAA says that if California allows athletes to profit and other states don't, it'll remove equality in college sports and give California an unfair advantage in recruiting players from across America. Critics also say the law will blur the line between pro sports, which pay, and amateur sports, which don't. California's governor says the only college students who can't profit off their own images are athletes.
Now, what does this new law mean? Well, starting in 2023, college athletes in California will be able to profit from the use of their name, image, and likeness. That means star quarterbacks can make money from their jerseys, college basketball stars can sign shoe deals, and every college athlete could use their status to make money hosting camps or by doing ads. Now, the NCAA says this law is unconstitutional, and in a statement said, as a membership organization, the NCAA agrees changes are needed to continue to support student athletes, but improvement needs to happen on a national level through the NCAA's rules-making process. But Governor Newsom calls the NCAA system a bankrupt model. The NCAA makes more than $1 billion in revenue each year, but colleges and universities' athletic programs bring in far more money. And outside of scholarships and stipends, student athletes don't see any of it. Now, critics of the bill, which include the Pac-12 Conference, contend there will be unintended consequences as a result of the law, like advantages for recruiting due to the current system. Now, the NCAA claims a patchwork approach will only create problems and confusion for the more than 1,100 campuses and nearly 500,000 student athletes nationwide. Now, the NCAA has appointed a working committee to examine this issue, and it is expected to release its findings in October. And while California is the first state to pass such a bill, several others could join them and allow student athletes to cash in off their name, image, and likeness. But the NCAA believes this will only make things worse, saying it is clear that a patchwork of different laws from different states will make unattainable the goal of providing a fair and level playing field. Now, Washington, Colorado, New York, Florida, and South Carolina are in varying stages of exploring similar legislation. Now, the big question is, what happens next? Well, many experts think the law and subsequent deadline will force the NCAA's hand, and that if anything, it will result in making the organization put forward a national level solution of its own. There's still a lot of time and many different scenarios that could play out between now and 2023, when the first college player would be eligible to cash a check. Andy Scholes, CNN.
10-second trivia. Which of these clothing retailers was founded the most recently? H&M, Forever 21, Lane Bryant, or Zara? When Forever 21 first opened its doors in California, the year was 1984. And this week, Forever 21 announced it was closing the doors of as many as 350 stores worldwide, including 178 in the United States. That's about a third of the stores it operates in America. The company has filed for bankruptcy. This doesn't mean that Forever 21 has gone out of business. People can still shop in the open stores and online. But what it's trying to do is reorganize itself to cut costs and reduce debt so it can be a money-making business once again. 4 years ago, Forever 21 made $4.4 billion in sales. How did it go from that to bankruptcy. Market analysts say blame the internet. People are shopping more online, which strains the finances of companies that have hundreds of physical stores. And though Forever 21 has a website, its sales only account for 16% of Forever 21's revenue. The company's closures are a small part of more than 8,200 store closings that have been announced so far this year. It's a new record, and it's happening at a time when the economy is strong, unemployment is low, and people are still spending money. They're just doing less of it at shopping malls where so many of these stores are found. One thing you might not have known about Forever 21 is that its original name was Fashion 21. Its founder once told CNN that its older customers wanted to be 21 again, and its younger ones wanted to be 21 forever. As any marketing expert will tell you, branding is a major part of the business.
I had to fight really hard just to keep my BlackBerry.
One of the executives asked me, why are you confident this will work? And my answer was, because none of your large competitors would ever take BlackBerry. And the rest is history. I'm David Plassick. I'm the founder and president of Lexicon Branding. Our company has come up with some of the world's most well-recognized names. So there's an area of linguistics called sound symbolism, which really says the individual letters of the alphabet, the sound of those letters evoke certain qualities. So Swiffer is a cleaning product. We said, well, what is the sound of cleaning products? We describe things as sweeping and swiping and mopping. So we started to mimic those sounds, and you go from sweep to swipe. That's not that attractive, so then we put an F on there, and then it becomes swift. Then we look at legal situations and trademark clutter, and we put an E on it, and then finally we move to an ER.
Stop cleaning, start Swiffering.
There are 5 types of names. There's real words. The next block over would be real words that stem from Greek, Latin, and Sanskrit. Then there's compressions, like taking a word and shrinking it down. Then there's constructed words. And then finally, coin solutions. The first thing we do is we try to understand what the story is. We are, as humans, hardwired for story. We don't have to describe it. We don't have to tell people what the product is. But we do have to tell people, hey, listen to us. BlackBerry is an interesting story. They had tried for a number of weeks to develop really what were descriptive names with things like Easy Mail and Pro Mail. They were rejected from trademark standpoint. We did some research. What we noticed about email and messaging and texting was that people's blood pressure went up. Let's create some names that decrease it. We started pursuing things that relax you. Someone wrote strawberry for summer. Our head linguist, he wrote a little note saying, this is too slow, too long, and underneath it he wrote blackberry. Coca-Cola's Dasani. Coke came to us under a lot of pressure. They weren't in the bottled water business. So we were able to identify between Mexico and Canada over 900 brands of bottled water. Most of them descriptive. Poland Springs, Aquafina, things like that. And so we had a tremendous trademark barrier to overcome because everyone is trying to be descriptive. Let's create a coin solution. We put SAN, the Latin root for health, right in the middle of the word, not in the beginning because that would lead to sanitary and sanitation and things like that. And then we built letters around that, and now it's Dasani, right? So it's easy to pronounce, has a great pattern, ends with a nice slim I because people drinking water want to be healthy. We're all about being distinctive, being memorable.
For Cade Lovell, a 9-year-old from Minnesota, it was just another 5-kilometer race until it wasn't. A volunteer told him to go the wrong way, and the 4th grader soon found himself on a 10K course surrounded by adults. But he made up his mind to complete the race. And though his mother, who was waiting at the 5K finish, was worried sick, her fear turned to pride when Cade not only finished the longer course, he actually won the 10K race. His 9 keys to victory: to be a champion, you got to get Reebok to Asics. Puma making the best effort, Ms. You Know How, even if that means finding a new balance or having to sketch her out a new route. You got to make an Adidas for the finish, even when you don't feel like it. I'm Carl Azus, making conversation on CNN 10.